Hey guys, welcome to another deck profile, and this time it's the Blue Eyes build, including all the Felgrand support from the new structure deck, Revival of the Dragon Lord or something. We got the new Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand in this deck, and we're also playing Arkbrave. And good support in general for dragons, and also Blue Eyes in general. It's very, very powerful, especially the spell card Return of the Dragon Lord, aka Gospel of Revival. And the support is just amazing. It makes the deck more consistent as well. And it makes it more of a threat against your opponent. So without further ado, let's start the deck profile. Of course, I'll play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon because it's the main part of the deck. I need to play 3 because of, especially because I play Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon because it's the field spell build. This is not the maiden build, so I need to play 3 because I need to keep them in the deck. I found some problems where I needed to keep this in the deck sometimes, and if you draw this, it's sometimes not much of a problem because you can discard it with trading and stuff. So definitely play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, and if you got the awesome version, play that because I've only got the starter deck version. I don't have the awesome version, so play those ones. The other vanilla monster, the 4th vanilla monster I'll play is Flamvorgard. Used to play Dragunity Corsica just to search it with the field spell, Dragon Ravine, but this one I bumped up Shrine to 3, and this is excellent because you can bring it back with Silver's Cry. So you can Monster Reborn it. It's a level 1 tuner, so it's an option for you, and you can also target for the field spell that combos with Sage. So 1 Flamvorgard, quite nice level 1 tuner. It's the only level 1 dragon tuner in the game. That's vanilla. So play that, and I play one Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon. So we don't have alternative yet, and this is no pun intended, the alternative to alternative. And this is alright because it can summon it from hand as long as you have a Blue Eyes in the deck, and you can summon it if you have a field spell, and you can synchro with it into what's his face, Spirit Dragon. So quite useful, but you should only pay 1 because it's mostly dead if you don't have the field spell. It's also level 8, so it's not too bad if you draw it for trading. So just play that on 1. So you can grab it back from the grave as well using the White Stone of Ancients. And I played 2 Spirit Dragon. This is the Dragon Spirit of White. I always confuse this and this one because they're both called Spirit Dragon, but I just call this one Dragon Spirit of White. I was trying out 3, and it's not good if you draw it, so just put it down to 2. But sometimes I do need to grab a second one to banish a back row with this. And don't forget, you can also bring it back from the grave using Arkbrave later on in the game. Now we got Arkbrave, it's very useful. So you can put this down to maybe 1 as well if you want to. But I think 2 is a good number for this card. So 2 of this, and of course it's very useful getting rid of stuff like Skill Drain and lose 1 turn because you can tribute it from hand, and then summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand as well. Tribute it from free when summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand, so it's very good playing around back row with this card. One of the ways to get rid of them, annoying back rows like Bloodgates as well. Of course, play 3 White Stone of Ancients, main target for Sage, main discard outlet because it summons at the end phase. Don't forget it's not once per turn to summon from the grave, because it's a once per turn effect for each instance of it. However, the banish effect is once per turn, so keep that in mind. And most of the time you'll end up recycling Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then sometimes you recycle any level 8 Blue Eyes from grave to use trading for the next turn. So definitely play 3 of this because you need to open it. It's a level 1 tuner as well to make for single plays. And once in a while, I do need to recycle a Dragon Spirit of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon from the graveyard because I do go through these cards so fast. The Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. This deck's very consistent in summoning this card, so play 3 of that, and just play 1 of this because of trade-in. So if you open like a Dragon Shrine and a trade-in but no level 8, you can just dump this with Dragon Shrine as a second target, and then get a Blue Eyes White Dragon and then search. It's also a level 1 tuner, which is quite useful. So the problem with this, playing this too many of these, is it conflicts with Malefic Blue Eyes White Dragon because search of this is mandatory, but you need to keep Blue Eyes in the deck to summon this. So sometimes when I get this triggering on you in the grave, I sometimes negate it with this card. So you summon this card, effect of this in the grave, then negate it with Spirit Dragon if you don't want to search the Blue Eyes White Dragon, so you can summon this later on. Or you can also alternatively negate it with Crystal Wing if you have that out. So just play 1 though, because it's searchable with using the Ravine and stuff. And of course, you play triple Sage. One of the best cards in the deck because it's a Rota on the normal summon. One of your best normal summons as well, such as usually search this card, White Stone of Ancients. But if you open Terraforming and Mausoleum, you can search Maiden, which I do play 1 off. That's 1 Maiden. So we play triple Sage and 1 Maiden. Sage, the second effect of Sage, I'm not a big fan of it because if you use it on Maiden and they Solemn Strike the Maiden, you just lose 2 cards for 1. So it's sometimes handy to use the second effect to discard it. But you definitely play triple Sage because it's your main +1 play. Starting your turn is also level 1 tuner, is very handy. And the reason why you play Maiden is if you open Sage, once again open Sage and a terraforming. So go normal summon Sage, search terraforming into the Mausoleum, and then you use this Maiden to trigger the Mausoleum and trigger summon a Blue Eyes. Then you can make a Crystal Wing or whatever. If you got level 1 tuner, you can make another Blue Eyes, or if you got another thing to bring back Blue Eyes, you can summon Spirit Dragon as well. So I'll explain that combo later on. But so you only play 1 Maiden for that combo. That's why we only play 1 Maiden. This is not a Maiden build, so I don't like playing more than 1 Maiden. So just 1 Maiden will do for now. 2 new cards. We play 1 of each. Play 1 Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. Very useful card. When you summon it, you can banish cards. It does target though, banish cards from your opponent's side of the field or the graveyard, which is kind of handy sometimes. So sometimes you can banish, like against Burning Abyss or other stuff, you can just banish the Dante or whatever targets they have or the only graph they have, so they can't bring it back with Serets and etc. And second effect is quite useful as well. If you destroy something in battle, it doesn't care where it goes, so you can work against pendulums as well, and you summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from your graveyard. Usually it's going to be Arkbrave, but sometimes you can summon Spirit Dragon and stuff as well. So that's this one, and then against the attack of the rank and level of what it banishes. So the banish effect in Grave is more useful than you think it is. And this one's Arkbrave. Keep in mind this is a level 7, this is 8, so you can use Trade-in for that. This one you can't use Trade-in because it's level 7. This is Arkbrave. And main effect of this is if it's in the graveyard during the next standby phase, you can summon a level 7 or 8 dragon. Usually this one or of course the Blue Eyes stuff, so you can summon multiple Blue Eyes if you want to. A level 7 or 8 dragon. And first effect's quite handy sometimes against pendulums especially. You bring it back with Return of Dragon Lords, and then this banishes all face-up spell trap cards your opponent controls. It's insane. So it's so much of a blowout card against pendulums. Not like you already blocked them with Spirit Dragon, but also level 7, because if you can synchro with one of the level 1 tuners, you can make a level 8 synchro, which I do run one off. That's the way we run that one level 8. So that's all the monsters. Quite a lot of monsters actually, about half the deck. And spells, the deck's just spells and monsters because it's more of like a combo deck. Okay, so let's start the spells. Of course, we start with one of the best cards now in the deck is Return of the Dragon Lords, or Gospel of Revival if you want to call it that. You can activate it, summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from your graveyard, and then you can banish it from the grave to save all your dragons in a single instance. So if they Raigeki you, you don't care about it because you just banish this from the graveyard and Raigeki is stopped. One of the problems I had previously in the deck is when I had, for example, like a Spirit Dragon and then a Blue Eyes, for example, at the end phase summoning with Egg, and then they just go Raigeki, and I just lose. You can't, if you can chain into Azure Eyes, but Azure Eyes will die because it's not resolved yet. Or standby phase, you have to go into Azure Eyes instantly, and then that's one of the ways to stop it. But you waste your Spirit Dragon, which is very handy against a lot of decks like Pendulums and Graveyard Effects decks. So. But play 3 of this is insane. It's not even once per turn, so if you open 2 of these, it's not a problem. And sometimes if you've got too many of the Resurrection spells, you can even pitch it with Dragon Ravine and then bring back stuff because it's still got an effect in the grave. So it's very, very strong. Definitely play 3 of this card in this deck. It's one of the best cards in the deck. And of course, Soul Charge. There's so many combos with Soul Charge. Just play Soul Charge. It's insane. It's just one of the best cards in the deck. But keep in mind, if you have this on field, you can't Soul Charge from one-on-one. So when it's this on the field, you should just tribute this for a light Dragon Synchro and then Soul Charge and then bring it back anyway. So it doesn't matter too much. So not much of a conflicting cards there. And Silver Scry, I was always playing free, and still playing free, because the current problem of the deck is getting Blue Eyes out on the field, and this brings back Blue Eyes on the field. Since we don't have alternative, it's very difficult to get a level 8 on the field easily or consistently, so just definitely play 3 of these. And you can also bring back the Flammable Guard, that's why we play it. And it's also a quick play, so during your opponent's turn you can set it. You can use it on your opponent's turn and then bring back Spirit Dragon to banish your opponent's back row because it's a vanilla monster in the grave. So just play 3 of this, it's insane. You can also dump the Master 2 if you want, and maybe play more traps, because I don't play a lot of traps in this deck. I've seen a lot of people playing so many traps that I don't know why. It's a combo deck, so you shouldn't really play too many traps. Triple Trade-in, standard, just draw power. It's just good. Definitely play 3 because a lot of level 8s, and if you draw too many level 8s, it's just dead hand, and you draw Trade-in, it's just one more combo time. I've bumped this up from 2 to 3, because I just want to set up my graveyard as quickly as possible, and it's not much of a problem as it was before, because before we didn't have that many dragon targets in the deck, but now we've got Arkbrave and Felgrand, we got more dragon targets to dump. So triple Dragon Shrine, and you can dump the vanilla monster as well. So one thing you can do as well if you run out of stuff is to, for example, if you don't want to use an ancient stone, you can just dump Spirit Dragon, then dump Arkbrave, and the next standby phase, Arkbrave will summon back Spirit Dragon. That's a 1-card level 8. It's not much of a there's not much difference between Arkbrave and the white stone of that, but you do save a space of a blue ice, white stone in the deck. So if you want to do that, that's a 1-card level 8 or a blue ice play, because Arkbrave is a card. So play 3 of this. You can dump this down to 2, and 2 works as well, but because we already got Ravine to work with, but 2 or 3 is fine. I'm trying out 3 right now, and I think 3 is good for consistency. Dragon Ravine, not Shrine, that's Dragon Shrine. Dragon Ravine, just play 2 of this. It's one of those field spells for dragons, just sets up your grave, especially with the new Felgrand stuff, very useful. You dump Arkbrave, you dump Felgrand if you got Arkbrave pitch already, so play 2 of this. And for the combo with Maiden, you play 1 Mausoleum. This card is not a very good card on its own. It's a combo card. That's why you only play 1, and it's also searchable with terraforming anyway. So you'd rather have this than this most time, because if you don't have Sage with this, it's still a playable card. If you don't have Sage or Maiden with this, it's a very bad card. So it's a combo card. So just play that. And I've dropped Raigeki for bursting destruction as well, because it's cool. I don't think 8 blue eyes can't attack. Main reason why is because the combo involves discarding a card afterwards. So you destroy this usually with Ancient Fairy Dragon, then search for this just to discard it. But since I've dropped Raigeki, you can also play this instead. It's searchable Raigeki, so just play just that. It's the combo piece. These can make you brick though sometimes. That's the problem with playing these, but it's cool playing them. And finally we play triple terraforming just to search the field spell. You can maybe put this down to 2 as well to play more traps if you want. Maybe play a couple of Solemns. But 3 is fine because you need it to open up your plays, and you can always pitch this anyway from hand if you don't need it anymore, or search more field spells later on. Triple Twin Twisters, double Twin Twisters. I was thinking of putting it to 3, but some decks like in the meta they don't have that much back row. So 2 is fine, then side deck the 3rd one obviously. So that's 2 Twin Twisters and 1 Vanity Sentinels, because there's a combo with it that you can protect like when you're extra deck. So that's the only trap we play, 1 Vanity Sentinels, because there's so much draw power in this deck. And all the monsters you have that you'll end up your board with, and usually it's very big monsters, so it's at least 2-5 attack or defense, or more even. So flipping this, if your opponent doesn't have any removal, especially with Return of the True Dragon Lords in the graveyard, your opponent will struggle getting rid of your cards in your grave and on your field. So you have to directly pop the Anti-Sentinels using Twin Twisters or so, not your monsters, because they are big monsters protected with this. So it just combos well with this card. So just 1 Anti-Sentinels to stop most cards, most decks. So there you go. That's the main deck, 40 cards. If you want to put in max season stuff, it's not much of a drawback going over 40 cards in this deck. Keep that in mind. Going over 40 cards is not a problem in this deck because you've got so much search power, and then it's sometimes even better because you don't want to draw like the dead pieces like Blue Eyes White Dragon early on in the game. So you can maybe play 2 maxis of make it a 42 card deck, for example, or 3 maxis for 43 if you really want to be going second or thinking about the meta, because the meta is basically turn 1 format, so maxi is very strong right now. So onto the extra deck. I bumped this up to 3 since I got the 3rd one, but you can also play 2. But the 3rd one is quite important because I always go, if you do the combo where you open Sage and Terraforming, you can go into a 3rd one quite often in the game. So play 3 Spirit Dragon, and it's very good because you can just warp it out into one of the targets in the extra deck, like Dragon Synchro Monster. Also stops Pendulum monsters, and because they can only special summon 1 Pendulum monster at a time by Pendulum summoning, and it stops cards in the grave. It's just one of the best cards in the extra deck. It's a literal floodgate for like 3 decks in this deck. Probably the only thing you fear against is Kaijus and Stormforth if you have this on board, and because if you got Return of the True Dragon Lords in the grave, not Raigeki, you don't feel Raigeki anymore. So definitely pay 3 because I usually go to a 3rd one, which is weird. That's when I found most of my games. 2 Azurai, I was playing 1 at some point, but I always needed to go to a second one once every 3 or 4 games, so just keep it at 2. You can probably put this down to 1 if you find some weird build where you don't go into Spirit that often, so I don't know, just play 2 of these because it just helps you snowball into victory. I played 2 of this, and for the combo bits, let's just do the non-combo bits first. I'll play this Black Rose Milan Dragon because you can just compose your opponent's specimen monster during their turn, and if this is about to get killed, so mostly for Utopia the Lightning, because this is actually can't get rid of Utopia Lightning. Is go okay, or before when you make Utopia Lightning, just summon this and then bounce your thing. So next one is the level 8 Synchro. It's Start a Spark Dragon. You can also summon it using a Spirit, and it combos very well with Vanity's Emptiness. That's why you protect it. And another thing you can do is you can target Maiden, and Maiden is targeted, that can trigger Maiden, and she can't be destroyed that turn as well. But usually Synchro over, then target Maiden, and Maiden will trigger some blue eyes from the deck or grave or hand. So that's something you can do. And also level 8, so you can Synchro into this using like these guys, because sometimes this will pop up. Synchro these 2 and into this, and then next standby phase, Arkbrave will trigger and summoning a dragon from the grave. So that's pretty cool. Also, don't forget that Arkbrave, you can bring back Synchro monsters as well. So if this dies for any reason, if that goes to the grave again, you can just bring it back using Arkbrave, so that comes back. So pretty cool, because that's a level 8 monster. It only works if you Synchro summon it properly, by the way. So if you use Spirit Dragon to bring it, you can't bring it back, so keep that in mind. And for the combo bits, we play Ancient Fairy Dragon and Crystal Wing. Now, I'll demonstrate the combo afterwards, but Ancient Fairy Dragon pops a field spell, and it also lets you special summon the card from hand, so level 4 or lower, but you can't do battle phase. That's good for turn 1 players, and Crystal Wing, just a Crystal Wing. It's insane in this format because it stops Cosmos and a lot of other decks, so just play these if you have room in the extra deck. But very good if you want to open like cool combos and stuff, especially with Soul Charge. It's so easy to do it. For the Galaxy bits, Galaxy eyes don't matter. I've dropped Tachyon because usually when you resolve the issue in the game anyway, so you don't need to go into the second one. Second Galaxy eyes just in case the first one goes away. This is 4K, that's 4K, and you can pop cards, and this one just sends cards. This is actually not a better card now that we got the Felgrand stuff, because you can dump more Felgrand cards. So when you summon this, you can possibly dump. These are your main targets. Those 3 are your main targets. So you dump these 3. Or any, you don't have to dump that one, but you can dump like a Malefic Blue Eyes as well. If you already got these in grave, you can dump the other card. And then next end phase, you just summon the Blue Eyes. The next standby phase, you summon this or Blue Eyes from the grave. This is a good one to summon though, so you just do that with this. If you didn't, if for any reason you didn't OTK them with the Dark Matter on board. Next is Heliopolis, very good non-targeting card, also rank 8. So it's very nice if you open a lot of monsters in hand and you somehow manage to get into rank 8, because of course it's easy to do so because you got so many revival cards and stuff, as well as Dragon Shrine to set up your grave easily. And then you just summon that. Very nice if you open Dragon Shrine and Gospel of Return of the True Dragon Lords and Silver Scry, and then you have these in hand or anything else. And then of course you detach one, which is going to be probably a level 8 or 7 dragon, and then you pitch the Arkbrave, so that's in the grave now because you detached it off that one. Then you pop cards. It doesn't target, so it can get around Cosmos and a bunch of other decks. So Hieratic Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. And Titanic Galaxy. I don't know why I have to explain this one. Yeah, Titanic Galaxy. Then one of the best defensive rank 8 in the game. Titanic Galaxy, it's just so good. And finally, the last rank 8 is my boy Alcei. It's actually my favorite rank 8 in this deck. It's yeah, I usually go into this most games to seal a victory, because usually you just go into that, your opponent's got no more resources, you just top deck a card, then attack for a little bit of damage, they top deck the garbage card, and then that's it. Once in a while, you should always call Soul Charge with this if you haven't gone through already, because unless you're really low on life points, of course, always call Soul Charge, because if it's not Soul Charge, you trigger his effect, and if it's soul charge, you just get a soul charge, so you don't care. Keep in mind you can also combo this with Dragon Shrine, and as also Dragon Ravine to dump. So when you dump with Dragon Shrine or Ravine, you can trigger his effect, so it's kind of cool. That is if you did predict the top card of your deck right. Alright, so that's all the blue eyes stuff. That's the extra deck. That's all of them actually. Alright, a bunch of other stuff I've tried out in the extra deck. You can, as I said, you can probably drop these to 2 if you don't want to play 2, and you can probably drop that to 1 if you want to. And a couple of synchros you can go into is Michael because it's level 7 and it's a light and it banishes, so it's okay to go into it for Crystal Wing as well. And card I've just dropped recently is, you can't see that very well, but it's Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. Ironically, I've dropped this as soon as the Felgrand stuff got released. I found out it wasn't that good right now in the meta because it just gets run over by Dark Destroyer, it just gets run over by a Monarch monster. Only good against, it's just lost its bunch of power but it's very, very good if you open that and Vanity's Emptiness. Still a decent card, so. But I need to find room for Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, so I had to drop Felgrand, and I thought that Titanic Galaxy is a better defensive card right now to go into rather than Felgrand, but probably about 25% of the situations this is better than Titanic Galaxy, so you can also play that card, Tachyon, because if you want another Galaxy Eyes, don't have to go into it. And it's also Twin Burst Dragon, not very good in my opinion. I tested it, it's destructible by every effect. Not destructible by battle, but it's destructible by Mirror Force and like Dark Destroyer's effect or Compose and stuff. It just dies to everything, so it's not very worth it. And it's usually you don't have more than one Blue Eyes White Dragon on board. This Blue Eyes White Dragon. Usually you don't have more than one of this. So it's not very good, and Dark Matter is a lot better than attacking your opponent's monsters because it's 4k and you can attack twice and it's got more attack. However, it can get rid of cards that can't be destroyed, so it's okay to go into it, but it costs so much resources to go into it, it's not really worth playing it. Finally, the cards I used to play is Gigantic Castle. I dropped it because I need the room for Azure Eyes, but it's sometimes useful because it can go over Blue Eyes monsters because it's more than 3k, that's the main reason why. And a lot of also Cosmos and stuff, so quite useful sometimes, and it's also a generic level 9 synchro. So if you got the Felgrand stuff like Arkbrave, sorry not Arkbrave, the Felgrand basically this, and a level 1 tuner, you can make this, that's why. So that's about it for this deck profile, Arkbrave, Blue Eyes White Dragon. So any other suggestions and stuff, or any comments for this deck? What do you think? And any other tech cards I can try out maybe. I've tested it for about 3 or 4 days because the structure deck got released about 3 or 4 days ago. So it's not too bad. It's very, very consistent. At least I'm saying it's more consistent than before. Still uses a lot of threats. Still suffers the issue of struggling to summon Blue Eyes on the field consistently, even though we got 3 more revival spells, which is it's pretty good. But still a good deck, and looking forward to you guys commenting and see what you think it is of the deck and what other suggestions. That'll be good. Right, so I'll be demonstrating the combo where you just summon a bunch of monsters. You have to open these 2, or this one, which is the field spell that makes you normal summon another level 1 light tuner, such as a burst stream in the graveyard and deck. It's a 2-card combo, so most of the time you'll probably open a bunch of other cards. Like this, for example, or trade in a level 8 or whatever to draw into it, for example. So you can open a bunch of stuff like this. And you can even open, to make it even better, you can open probably like just this, or just that, or just that. So a lot of cards in this deck can just combo with this combo anyway, and it just interacts it quite well and get different boards and stuff. So the start of the combo is the same though, pretty much. You just get your field spell using terraforming, get this. Activate this, and then use the effects this to do another normal summon. So if they Veiler you can normal summon again, so it's not too bad. Search with this, search the Maiden, normal summon the Maiden, then use the effects this, targeting the Maiden, and Maiden will trigger, that can summon the Blue Eyes. And this will dump a vanilla monster. Since I like keeping Blue Eyes in the deck, I'll just dump the Flambeau Guard here, because it's also a target for later on for Soul Charge and stuff, for example. So just dump that, that's the graveyard. Then with the Sage and the Blue Eyes, Synchro Summon. And I can Synchro Summon into Spirit Dragon. use effect of Spirit Dragon to tribute itself to summon a Light Synchro monster. That's my best position, which is weird, but it's cool, I guess. Summon Spirit Dragon. Summon with Spirit Dragon, the Ancient Fairy Dragon. And now use the Ancient Fairy Dragon to pop this field spell to grab a field spell. So pop that. Now you have Dragon Ravine, which is cool. Now if you want, you should activate Dragon Ravine because you can use it. Then use the effect of this in the grave to fetch a Burst Stream of Destruction. I don't know where that's gone. There you go. Now that's just with 2 cards though. You'll have 3 other cards in hand as well as the Burst Stream. Now if you want, you can keep the Burst Stream, but now you can use the Dragon Ravine to pitch this. So you can set up your graveyard. So maybe you can set up Arkbrave, so you can bring stuff back next turn. And now you can use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect if you've got a level 1 in your hand, or level 4 or level 5, but this is level 1 only, or level 8 deck. Special summon a level 1 from hand. So if you have this, you special summon it and then you synchro with these 2. And keep the Maiden on board if you want. Or if you have a Malefic Blue Eyes, you can special summon it. And then synchro with these 2 into thing. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Then you can make Crystal Wing with these, so you can have Spirit and that. So as I said, it interacts with a lot of cards, but the main part of this, you can make Crystal Wing with this, and then with the 3 other cards you can do whatever you want with them. So that's the combo. You get Crystal Wing out along with that. The best thing about it is you open this, you can just protect the Crystal Wing using it, and you bring back Blue Ice White Dragon in the graveyard. And that's pretty good. And later on, if this somehow dies, it goes to the graveyard and gets tributed by Kaiju or whatever, you can just bring it back from the graveyard using this. So it's insane. And you can also use Arkbrave to bring something next standby phase, because you can dump it with Ravine, or later on you can use Ravine to set up your board mid game. So very strong combo with the 2-card combo. That's just a 2-card combo. So I hope that makes sense. That's only with the Sage and Terraforming or Field Spell. That's the reason why we play just the 1 of each, because it's a combo piece. So also Burst Stream. It's just a combo pieces that you don't want to draw, because on their own they're not very good. Like I think normal summoning Maiden and leaving it and setting 2 traps is not a very good play. It's just like, okay, that's just going to die to Utopia Lightning or Armades or whatever. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, all the combos and the deck profile. I'll be looking forward once again to your suggestions, and any other things you want to say, put it down in the comment section below. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, see you in a bit. Hopefully the deck profile makes any sense. Cheers.